Howdy folks, how we doing? We're on a bit of bush beating at the minute. Well, we've got some relatively dry weather. Because we've got a lot of growth, because we've got 2 years growth on all the hedges and the brambles and everything like that. So it is taking a bit of beating down this year, lot. Of course, last year, nearly a repeat this year it was, but last year, when did it start raining? I don't know, September, when it's something like that, and literally didn't stop. So, you know, if we'd have come out into the back meadows, which is where I am at the minute, you know, the grazing ground for the milking cows, we'd just let, you know, it'd just been, you know, left ruts everywhere, like, you know. It's not so bad, you know, with just one set of wheelings, but hedges, you're normally at least 3, ain't you? Obviously depending on the size of the hedge lot, but yeah, as a rule of thumb, you're at least 3 passes. Well, it soon blooming adds up to a lot of passes equals a lot of mud, doesn't it? So there's a couple of years of growth to knock back. Some of the brambles have pushed out like 10 foot in places, so it really take quite a while to get rid of. Like you can see, this hedge has probably grown, how tall's that, 5-6 foot in places. So just nice and steady, give the blades a chance to work. So yeah, what's today? Today's Friday, and Bert's coming tomorrow. Is that the second named storm of the season? So supposedly like 50-mile-an-hour gales, heavy rain, that sort of stuff. So yeah, so it's going to get wet out here again, like. Move over a bit. But we've avoided the snow. You know, a lot of places, even locally, like, you know, sort of 15 mile away, I've had snow settled on the floor even this morning. Whereas we haven't. So we've been lucky in that respect, because although snow's lovely, it's obviously a right pain in the butt to deal with. Like, you know, everything's soggy, you can't do anything. Like, it's a right pain, unless you're sort of like playing in the snow, or you're at school and you you get the day off. I used to love them days, look. But yeah, you know what I mean. So we've not had that, thankfully. And it's hard to believe how quick the year's gone. I mean, we're mid-November. Oh, we're past mid-November, actually, aren't we? Soon be December, soon be Christmas. It's unreal, isn't it? So that does mean the Christmas tractor run is coming up. Do you remember last year, me and Mucker, we had a Deutschfahr, we had a 7250 Deutschfahr last year. Was it Java green one? Yeah, it was Java green, wasn't it? It was absolutely lovely. Mucker got his helmet painted to match. But this year, a bit of a change. We can't have Deutschfahr because Collins Brothers, you know, I forget exactly how long they've been going. A long time, you know, more than 10 years. You know, like 70, 80 years. Could be 70, yeah, 70 to 80 years I think Collins Brothers were going. And early in the year before the summer, they packed up. Couldn't, basically it was, you know, COVID knocked them on the head, like. They never really recovered from the, you know, the debts they accrued during the COVID period. So Collins are gone. So there'll be no Deutschfahr this year. So that begs the question: what is the what's the tractor run tractor going to be? I've got a choice of choice of 3 really, and we'll have a look at them on a future video. And out of the choice of the 3, I've got an idea which one I'm going to go for. So bear in mind, it's not going to be the FW, because you have to remember, you know, we go live during the tractor run. So Mucker drives, I sit in the passenger seat, and I don't really want to squat in the corner of the FW for 2 hours, 2.5 hours trying to do a live. So it needs to be like a modern tractor, so that you know, I'm half comfy, like, because, you know, it's hard work, like, you know. You know what I mean? So it won't be the FW, although it would be quite fun to take around the streets. But no, it will be something modern. So that's coming up. That is the Saturday before Christmas, the 20th, don't quote me on it, but the 21st or something like that. But yes, the very last Saturday before Christmas, so it's only about 4 or 5 days before Christmas. So so that's coming up. Then after that, we're having our King's Dyno Day again, for the 3rd year this time. Now, we've got some nice machines lined up. I'm probably going to put the fast track on again. I can't put the FW on as much as I'd love to. It doesn't have a PTO, so I cannot put the FW on the dyno. But you know, it's just such a shame that it doesn't have one. But even if it did, the only options for PTOs on them were hydraulically driven ones, which were only rated at 50 horsepower for a 540 and 100 horsepower for a 1000 speed. So even if it did have a PTO on it, you wouldn't be able to you know, get it, you know, you wouldn't be able to do anything with it, like, because it's just hydraulic drives. It needs to be mechanical drive, doesn't it? So so a bit of a shame, but we're going to be having a good selection of gear there. Grub, the odd demonstration, an auction again. That went down well last year. Yeah, so it'll be a real good crack. So obviously I'll keep you peeled, you know, keep you up to date with that when we get in the new year, like. But yeah, that'll be good. It'll be a good crack. Darren has assured me, you know, Darren, George's mate Darren, who bought my old TW. He wants to see 200 horsepower out the back of that tractor. So rather him than me. I'm not sure I'd want to see 200 horsepower out the back of her. But that's what he said. He said to me, "Oh, I'm going to get 200 horsepower out the back of that." So we'll hold him to that. Like, that will definitely be worth videoing. I mean, she'll probably romp it, like, you know. She's got bag of power. I don't think what it did. Was it about 170? I think when we did it. No, we didn't do it last year. We did it the first year, didn't we? And I'm sure it was about 170 horse, something like that. So she's, you know, well over. She was up to like TW35 specs, TW30 specs. I'm still a lot of you keep asking about the big Plough, and I'm still actually no further forward with it at the minute. But I've got the part being made. That last part I need it's basically for the rear depth wheel. You know, it needs all the bracket work and everything on the back. Well, there's one bit I'm missing, but it's I've got a mate of mine making it for me. So as soon as that's done and made, I'll be looking at getting that on the FW. I haven't had a word with Matt for a while, so I don't know if he's got any ploughing. I know he's about drilled up, but I don't know if he's got any winter ploughing, you know, what spring ploughing wants doing. Hopefully he'll have a bit somewhere. And then we can try it, like, but and also actually get it on, you know, get everything, you know, get the plough ready for work if nothing else, like, you know what I mean? So so we've got that when I get that last part done, like we'll get her fettled up, like. Right, just got a bit of hedge, bit of bush to tidy up from the other day. I didn't have the key with me to get in this little paddock here, so we'll just do this for milking gets here. It was nice when you're doing a decent bit of hedge like this, where you can actually make a decent job. You know, the big bushy edges where you just sort of, you know, siding it up. Yeah, it looks a bit better, but it's much nicer to do a proper hedge that you can, you know, top as well, and it looks, you know, it looks nice when you've done it. Trickiest thing about all these hedges is there's a fence buried in them. So obviously you have to be fairly careful not to catch the fence. And in this one it's a chain link actually that's just behind this outside surface. It's not on the inside of the hedge, it's on the side that I'm cutting at the minute. So you just have to just give it a little tickle. You don't want to go too deep. You go too deep, you get, well, just in a world of pain. Especially these are concrete posts as well, these ones, with the odd wooden post, but mainly concrete. So yeah, you don't want to be going too deep and you know, getting yourself in a mess. But even though this, you know, this hedge here isn't, you know, hasn't grown too much since, well, was it me? Or I might have done it last. Either since it was done last, it does make such a difference when you do side it up. Even though, like I say, there's not a lot of growth on it, it's just trimming it just makes a hell of a difference. Right, so we'll go back now, just do the bottom, you know, shove it right in the bottom. Yeah, you want to get it in the bottom as well, just because there's always them straggly ones poking out. But I know when I've done you know, videos on this before, especially like when I'm in the ditch and that sort of stuff, people say, well, the motor's the wrong end, because like when you're, say, in a ditch, for example, I definitely remember this comment, you can't, you know, obviously you got what, 12 inches there poking out, so that obviously gets in the way when you're trying to, you know, when you, I'll just show you. Well, when you've got them 12 inches poking out like that, you can't get the edge of the flail up to what you're cutting. So they were saying, like, I mean, it's a reasonable question. What, you know, you want the motor on the inside, but then if you have it on the inside, you know, you can't have it always, because if you had it on the inside, I wouldn't be able to get them 12 inches down the bottom. When you're out, you know, when you're actually doing the bottom of the hedge here, like, see, I can get the flail, just sit it on the floor and lift it up a smidge. What gear are we in? Yeah, we're all right. And then you're getting, you know, you're skimming the bottom. So if you had the motor down there, you'd have 12 inches sticking out. Wouldn't be no good for no one, would it, lot? Again, having to, especially since it's right in, well, I could drive a bit further away. I am steering into the fence at the minute, but you'd have to sort of lean over a bit to see exactly what's going on down there, lot. Otherwise, you know, you're here. It's a mystery. Can't see what's going on. Like I say, I don't want to plunge too deep in there because I'll be snagging that. Whoa! In my what was I just saying? In my fairness, that bit of barbed wire was already poking out. I could see it. That was already just poking out a little bit. You see what the difference them extra few inches make. Anyway, that's a lovely square edge now. Beautiful. We don't really need to do it because it's not too bad at the bottom, but now we'll just have the head flat like that. As you can see, just have that flat up tight against the hedge. Yes, we're going to be 12 inches away, but that'll still just tidy it up. I'm not going to, normally I'd reverse the rotation of the flails, season the back of the flails. That keeps the hedge side nice and sharp then. You know, so you get you know, with the sharp flails you get good cutting edge, good penetration, like, you know, makes a neater job rather than it just hacking the twigs, you know, the twigs and the sticks. It cuts it nice and smooth. Smooth's always better, isn't it? So that's why you've got a reversible head. You know, you keep one side for the bush, for the hedge, and that keeps, you know, them ones, they're not, you rarely cutting anything you shouldn't be cutting with them. Like when you're in, when you're cutting along the floor, you can dig into the ground, you can get stones, all that sort of thing. So that's why you tend to do that with the back of the flails. Then if they get a bit blunt, it doesn't matter too much. But at least you're keeping the front of your flails nice and sharp for the edge, you know, for the bush lot. So it's all very interesting. You know, a nice simple job like this is fairly technical, you know. And to do a job you can't really rush. You know, you've got to take your time, use the tools at your disposal. Like, I can't really get to that bit of bush behind me, but if we rotate the flail like that, flip the tool so it's horizontal, like so, and just rotate round again like that. You can just get that other bit of hedge as well. Just like that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little vid. See you on the next one. Ta-ta.